Oh, listen, you thought that by paying your credit card by its payment date that you are going to make it on time for it to report to the credit bureaus. Guess what? Wrong. There's nothing that's more irritating when you make that payment and guess what? You end up checking your credit report and you see that guess what? The payment wasn't reflected or the balance is not reflected. But guess what? In this video, I am going to talk about when to pay, apply, and dispute for maximum impact when it comes to making payments on your credit cards. So you definitely don't want to miss out, guys, and check out this entire video. Let's get into it.
This conversation about building up your blueprint. It's time to take it cause time is wasted. Go grind and chase it, don't lose it. This generation need integration with information to move with. An inclination that is abiding in entertaining improvement.
Hey, what's going on, Blueprint Nation? Welcome to another dope episode of the Respect My Blueprint show, where we give you all of the game as well as the blueprint that you need to know on entrepreneurship, business, and personal finance. All right, so this video, we're going to go straight into it, and we are going to talk about the credit timing trick. All right, and this is something that I see happen to a lot of people, especially, of course, when it comes to trying to pay your credit card before it reports to the credit bureaus. Now, when it comes to credit, most people think that paying your credit card by the due date is the way to go, right? Now, that can be farthest from the truth, all right? It's not about what you do, it's about when you do it is what separates you from getting denied or approved or being able to go ahead and be on time with your payments with the credit card companies, all right? Because timing, of course, is the ultimate cheat code, right? So you can, of course, do everything right, but if you're doing it at the wrong time, guess what? You are killing your score and hurting your chances to be able to get approved for funding, okay? So today, I'm going to give you guys the blueprint on the timing strategy that the banks don't teach you so you can be able to go ahead and get approved for funding. All right, so let's go ahead and run the play. First things first, I want to mention, definitely do not pay attention to your due date. Pay attention to the statement date. The due date is important, but of course, it's a statement date that also is equally as important as well. Most people think that paying on the due date is actually the way to go, but guess what? Here's the game. The credit bureaus do not report your balance on your due date. They report it on your statement date. And that is the difference. Now, the due date is a separate date, of course, when the credit card company expects you to make the payment, but the statement date, which generally falls 2 or 3 days after the due date, is when the credit card company or lender reports it to the credit bureaus. All right. So if you're carrying a high balance when the statement date closes, that is a good chance that high balance is going to be reported to the credit bureaus once the lender reports it to the bureau for that month. All right. And of course, when that happens, guess what? It tanks your utilization, which we all know accounts for 30% of your credit scores. All right. So the key strategy, of course, is knowing the difference between your due date and your statement date and making sure that you're paying down your credit card balance or your utilization down prior to the statement date closes. All right. And of course, for those who are unaware of, keeping your utilization below 30%, typically if you want to get maximum amount of points for the utilization category, 10% is actually where you want to be. So it's very important that you make sure that you make your payments before the statement date and not the due date when it comes to reporting to the credit bureaus. All right. Now, also, timing is also very key to this strategy because according to experience, reducing utilization from 30% to 10% can increase your score by up to 60 points in 30 days. So it's very important that you understand that not only you keep your utilization below 30%, but keeping it at 10% is most likely the way to go. All right. So now the sweet spot, making sure that you keep a good low utilization across all of your accounts that's reporting on your credit report. This is for all revolving credit lines mainly. All right. Now, of course, again, by doing so, utilization accounts for 30% of your credit score. So this is very important that you try to maintain a low utilization all within across and be uniform across all of your cards. All right. Now, of course, the next thing I wanted to touch on is being able to go ahead and learn to when to apply for funding, right? Because in this video, we're going to talk about timing, right? So it's timing when to pay your credit card, and it's also timing when to be able to go ahead and apply for funding. So the best time to apply for funding is once you have all of the key data and metrics on point for your credit card. All right. Number one, making sure that you have on-time payment history with all of your credit cards. Now, this is very important. You don't want to have no late payments reporting on your credit report, as one late payment can drop your credit score by up to 100 points. All right. Also, making sure that you don't have any new inquiries within the last 6 months. If you are going to have any inquiries, you don't want to have any more than one or two, but if you can keep it at a very minimum, even from 0 inquiries, that's also a great way to be able to increase your chances to get approved for funding. All right. And also, history, you want to have at least 2 years of history of trade lines reporting on your credit report, as this is going to go ahead and indicate to lenders that you have a great track record and you're very responsible with the trade lines that's reporting on your credit. All right. Lenders love stability and age. Those are the two things that they look for. And there's nothing that screams more stability than having no derogatory marks, having some history, and low inquiries on your credit report. Okay. So if you just added a trade line or just cleared a collection off of your credit report, wait at least 30 to 60 days before applying, because you want to make sure that's reflected on the credit reports as well as with the credit bureaus as well too. All right. And a quick pro tip, apply within 24 hours of a credit score refresh for maximum approval odds. All right. Many apps and lenders nowadays use real-time scoring models such as the FICO 9, FICO 8, or even the Vantage 4.0 model. These models now are starting to incorporate trended data as well as real-time scoring models into their algorithms, and that gives a clearer and better indication to lenders when it comes to applying for funding. All right. So now, another thing I wanted to go ahead and touch on before we go ahead and wrap up is also, don't just dispute anything at any time on your credit report. Okay. Again, in this video, the whole thing we're going to talk about is timing. Timing is what matters, especially when the bureaus are processing your disputes. Okay. Now, the best time to be able to dispute anything on your credit report is the first 5 business days of the month. All right. That's actually the time when the credit bureaus are able to go ahead and conduct and complete their investigations the fastest. Avoid any holidays or end of the month backlogs around the 28th, 29th, 30th. That's when they're dealing with the backlog of dispute letters and investigations. So it's very important. If you want to be able to go ahead and expedite or get faster results, go ahead and send in your dispute during the beginning of the month. That's going to fast track you being able to go ahead and get a resolution to your dispute. And always dispute after pulling a fresh credit report. Very important. Once the 30-day period has passed for you to get an updated report, once you've noticed any inaccuracies, especially on your personal information section or your account section, go ahead and dispute that information as fast as possible, because again, time is not on your side if you're starting to let these negative accounts age on your credit report. The quicker you spot it, the quicker you dispute it, the quicker you'll be able to go ahead and get it off of your credit report. All right. And most people are unaware of this. Most Fair Credit Reporting Act disputes are resolved within 12 to 17 days if you file them within the first 5 days of the month. So that's a piece of gem that I just shared with you. So therefore, keep that in mind whenever you're working with a credit repair company, or if you're looking to go ahead and just dispute items on your credit report as well too. Another last quick tip I wanted to share with you. Okay. Always opt out of any third-party screening offers, or make sure you place a freeze on the secondary credit bureaus before you go ahead and start your disputes as well too. By doing this is going to increase your chances to be able to be successful on your disputes, because again, once the credit bureaus does the investigation, if they're unable to cross-reference with the secondary bureaus, this will go ahead and give you a better chance to be successful on your disputes as well. All right. So that is my gems today for the timing strategy. Of course, when to be able to go ahead and pay, apply, and dispute for maximum impact on items on your credit report. Now, of course, you guys know already that I can't leave you without giving you more gems and solutions as well as value for you to be able to go ahead and improve your credit. So here's some clear tips that you need to know in order to be able to go ahead and boost your credit and maximize yourself on the timing strategy. All right. Number one, making sure that, and again, quick recap, making sure that you're paying your credit card before the statement closing date, not just the due date. The statement closing date is when the credit card company reports the balance to the credit bureaus. Schedule that payment typically 2 to 3 days before that date, and you're going to be all set. All right. Also, making sure that you're checking your inquiries before you're applying for any type of funding. Again, lenders don't want to see a large amount of inquiries when you're applying for funding. Inquiries are 10% of your credit score, and lenders are very sensitive to the amount of inquiries, as that's going to scream to them that you're thirsty for credit. And guess what? When you're thirsty for credit, that's when they're looking to deny you for credit. Okay. So making sure that you have a minimal amount of inquiries is a great way to put yourself in position for approval. Okay. Also, making sure that you dispute the first week of the month and opting out and freezing your credit reports is a great way to improve your chances to be successful once you're disputing negative items on your credit report. All right. And last but not least, making sure that you're keeping an eye on your utilization. Okay. Again, 10% is the sweet spot that you want to be in when you're having a utilization report to the credit bureaus. It used to be 30%, but now from what we're seeing in 2025, lenders are wanting to see you at 10% if you're trying to get approved for funding. And that is the great way to be able to position yourself to get the maximum amount of points when it comes to the utilization category. All right. Listen, I hope you got a lot of great gems as well as value from the video that I've just dropped today. Again, a lot of people have been unaware and have been asking questions. Say, hey, Wes, I paid my credit card before the due date, but guess what? My balance is still reporting high. All right. Listen, my utilization is high. I'm disputing items on my credit report, but guess what? The investigation is taking 30, 45 days, or their credit bureaus are sending me stall letters. Guess what? I've just dropped some gems, guys, today that'll help you on the timing of these things. And again, it's not about what you do, it's about when you do it when you're dealing in the credit world. But if you want to learn more tips and games on how to be able to improve your credit, build your credit, and leverage your credit, guess what? Check out the Blueprint Movement community, as we've just launched a free community that's helping individuals to be able to go ahead, build, leverage, and get their credit to the point of getting off $50,000 or more in funding. If that's you, if you're an entrepreneur looking to build business credit, or if you're interested in getting personal funding, check out the link down below. It's absolutely free, no cost, as we have plenty of strategies and tips that have been helping community members level up when it comes to be able to go ahead and get their credit to the next level. Also, if this is your first time checking out the channel, as I always say, do me a huge favor, help your boy out, smash the subscribe button, hit the like button, as we want to go ahead and force YouTube to spread this content to more audience. Listen, we don't talk much about anything else. We don't talk politics. We don't talk Hollywood. We don't talk gossip. We don't do any reactions, but we do talk about something that we feel is very important to everybody out there, and that's personal finance. Credit is the most powerful tool that you will possess in this country. And of course, the more people we can educate on this and teach about this, we feel that we can go ahead and change generations and make a bigger impact in the world. All right. But other than that, drop your comments on your thoughts of today's video. If you got great value out of this, let us know. Go ahead and join the Blueprint Movement community. And as always, we are going to catch you on the flip side. Take care. Bye-bye.
Blueprint. Yeah. Blueprint. This conversation about building up your blueprint. It's time to take it, cause time is wasted. Go grind and chase it, don't lose it. This generation need integration with information to move with. An inclination that is abiding in entertaining improvement. Yep, let's Paul with Blueprint. This guests are exclusive. Get on and tune in and then learn some new tips about credit, finance, investment. A nice chance to get rich and buy land. Flip it, quick 9 bands. Learn all the skills from Wes, he did it. Learn how to build successful business. Run up a mill and get the digits. Run up a mill. Look, safe place where guests are speaking. Based off financial freedom. All facts, no cap, believe it. Podcast, you have to see it.